Wonderful. Hello, welcome back to the Fitter Confident Universe. So this is continuing the series of introducing the people who I have brought into the Fitter Confident Universe to complement what I have been doing pretty much by myself for the last 5 years. Because I don't have all the answers. And while I've learned a lot and have lots of experience working with different clients in different situations around the world, I'm not a specialist in mindset training. And that was something that I've been working on my own mindset for a long time now, and realizing that it isn't a once and done situation. It's kind of like exercise. It's you start and you keep going to really get the benefits. So on launching Fitter Confident Us, the membership aspect of what we do, which obviously your 12-week clients get as well, I really wanted to bring in a mindset coach, because we all have those mind gremlins that can hold us back or block ourselves. And there was only one choice, top of my list. And if I couldn't get her, I didn't want anyone. And it's a friend who I've known the longest from when we were living together in London. She now lives in Mallorca, spoiler alert, but it's my very, 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 very good friend, Claire Habel. Claire, hello. Thank you for doing this.
Hi, Matt. I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Amazing. Glad we can do this. So I've already briefed Claire. They're not scary questions, but it should just bring a bit more to life about who she is, why she does what she does, and what she brings to Fitter Confident Us as well, which we've had a couple of sessions already, and it's been enlightening and wonderful. So first off, and I know this is a bit blind date in the 80s, tell us about your journey, Claire.
Okay, I'll try and keep it as succinct as possible. I will not go right back to the beginning, but I'll go to the point at which I feel life started to change, and it's led me to the point I'm at now. So 12 years ago, I was working in marketing still. I don't know if you were still, Matt. We weren't working together. And I'd done a round the world trip, and I was back working in a London agency, but with a totally different head on. And I was thinking, yeah, this isn't for me. So I started behind the scenes, not telling anyone, a diploma in coaching. Loved it, quit the job, jumped ship, whatever you want to call it, and moved into starting my own business, Inspiring Futures. And I coached other people like me, so people who wanted to kind of branch off and do something they were passionate about, but specifically around starting businesses. So I coached female business owners, startup owners, and it was all about helping them, I suppose, the mindset stuff, get over their own blocks so that they could fulfill their potential and then their business dreams. But what happens when you are coaching other people around kind of taking themselves to the next level, overcoming their blocks, going after their biggest goals, is you end up kind of doing it to yourself if you're open to that. So me and my husband decided to kind of raise our own bar, and we, after much deliberation and some amazing eye-opening trips, decided to move to Thailand to open a well-being retreat. So essentially a happiness hotel. And the whole premise of it being that it wasn't about a wellness retreat where you're kind of going there if you've burnt out to take yourself back to zero. It was all about going to a place where, instead of just focusing on customer satisfaction in a hotel setting, it was about focusing on increasing people's happiness and well-being before, during, and after the stay. So we worked on this concept for like 18 months solidly, evenings, weekends, and had something we were really proud of. And we went and launched it and moved over to Asia in October 2013, and launched it at a big hotel investor conference. And we were kind of the smallest fish in a big pond, and we were out of our depth, and it was scary and exciting, but we'd never felt as on purpose before. And the next 6 months were basically looking at plots of land, speaking to investors, and it was all a really heady time. But we essentially found ourselves at a crunch point in a lawyer's office, at a table with people that we were intending to kind of buy a resort from with backing. And we stepped away because we realized that the 72-page document we wanted them to sign and the one-pager they wanted to sign were not aligned. But that sent us into a period of kind of self-reflection. We realized that in this, ironically, this pursuit of a concept that would make other people happy, we'd ironically not applied loads of this stuff to ourselves. And I could speak endlessly about that, but I won't. But it really kind of then became that kind of the seed. The seed was planted as to, okay, I was studying what makes people happy, but I wasn't applying it. 2 years later, back in London for some grounding time, whilst also then having this other smaller project in Thailand that was more manageable, I decided to do a master's in applied positive psychology. So that's learning all about the different factors at place in helping us live happy, fulfilled lives, but then developing interventions to help people apply it. Fast forward again, moved to Mallorca, still on with those kind of value-led, self-led way of living. And I started Thrive Hub, and that's what I work in now. So Thrive Hub is all about helping people take their own happiness and well-being to the next level, using science, but personal insights. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah. Amazing. That was, I even knowing you as well as I had, I'd forgotten that original stage about what you were going to do, and then you backed away from it because it wasn't right for you. That shows true presence of mind. I guess maybe you didn't have it at first, but you realized like we're not aligned, and going into that would have been the wrong decision. And look where you are now. But
really hard, and actually harder than setting out to pursue it in the first place. So saying no to things when you think you might disappoint people or be considered a failure is really, really hard. But that's what being self-aware and self-aligned is. And, we've moved past it to something better.
Yeah, amazing. You've kind of answered this next question, but I'm going to ask it because there are elements of it I think you can still explain.
Yeah.
Why did you get into this area now? Why, like Thrive Hub and all the amazing things you do with it? What underscores all of that?
I know this sounds a bit, insert more appropriate word, but it's almost like, how could I not work in this now? It feels a bit like all of the things I've done have led me to this point. And I almost feel so grateful that I'm in this field, because what we know from studies in this area is when you look at this kind of one universal goal across times and cultures, that when you really drill down, essentially what we're all wanting to do in life and be is happier and well, and we want our families to be happier and well. And it may look different on the surface for everyone, but it literally is the universal goal, and I get to work in that. And so I'll never not work in this. It's so fulfilling for me.
But that aligns so amazingly with Fitter Confident You and Fitter Confident Us and everything that I stand for as well.
Exactly. It's the deeper stuff. It's kind of like looking at the why behind the kind of more extrinsically motivated stuff we might want to do, like get bigger muscles, but why? What's the kind of most important piece? It's to feel good about ourselves and happy and connected. Yeah.
Spot on. Do you have a favorite moment or moments from this part of your career?
I was thinking about this hard. So I was like, there's not one particular one jumping out. And also I have to protect clients from coaching. But I suppose I'm lucky to be able to say the consistent high from coaching for me is when you're watching somebody and you'll have had this because you've coached people, when they go, and it's like everything just clicks. So it might be like a realization about a block they've had or what's held them back, or that it gives me goosebumps even thinking about it, like watching that, because you don't really have to do much. That's going to have such a ripple effect for them in their lives. And then probably the favorite moments are when you can almost laugh about that with them, and it's light and fun, even if you're talking about deep stuff.
When they getting them to see through what's been holding them back powerful. And you're right. And you're right, even it can be a sort of a lighthearted, why was I doing that, even if it was quite a serious thing.
Which can help diffuse what some people do and go, how have I let this block me? Or if you can bring some lightness to it, and help people kind of be more self-compassionate about all of these things that we realize that blockers or hold us back, or we could be doing better. They're just opportunities, rather than things we need to go, oh damn it, why haven't I done this better? And it doesn't matter whether you work in fitness and mindset or what I do, we're all on our own journey. Anyone who says they've cracked it and it's perfect and they're there, is wrong. So
that alone is worth, what you just said is worth 1,000 hours of coaching. That blocks are opportunities, or mindset crumbles are opportunities to see what it is like, and especially if you've got the awareness that there's a problem, or not a problem, an issue, or something you want to change. That is an opportunity to change your life for the better, to figure it out. Totally.
I think, Rafi, as you know, my husband to everyone else, might get a bit frustrated about me always going, I wonder what our blind spot here is. Whenever we're talking about something, I get a bit excited about the fact there will be one. I wonder what it might be. And we went out to Thailand so prepared, so researched. This full document, everyone was like, wow, this is amazing. But there were still blind spots about, the way we work together, the fact that we pushed ourselves too hard. There are always blind spots. And if you discover one, it should be like a celebratory moment.
That is going to blow some people's minds, but I love it. Amazing. Do you have any personal business goals, general goals? What are you working on?
Loads. And that can be a
How long have
problem.
you got?
That can be a problem sometimes. Loads of little things. Business goals, I would say I'm really focused at the minute on taking what you know as Design to Thrive. So it's my 12-week program where people learn about 12 pillars of well-being and I coach them. I want to take that to more people. So I'm getting ready to launch an online course where people can go through that, self-coach themselves. And that's really exciting me. And I'm going to share some others just to put myself on the spot, because we often don't share our secret goals of something we hope will happen, in case then we look like a failure if we don't. I would love to do a TED Talk at some point in the future. And if I ever got invited to speak on a Brené Brown podcast, or even just have a short conversation with her, I would feel like I was winning. That just really excites me. Like, I think she's got an amazing mind, and that would be great. But yeah, to just do more of what I'm doing, but keep the balance between the rest of my life and my work. Because I think what happens, you might find this as a founder, Brené talks about founder's paradox, is we can get so intense and driven and focused on this thing that we're passionate about, as we did in Thailand. You've got to be careful not to let the other stuff that has kept you buoyed up fall away. So the balance piece is also weirdly a goal.
Amazing. And obviously you've got 2 young children as well to look after their well-being too.
I have, yeah. And I suppose just on that front, a goal is to make sure they know that it's how we've lived in the last 12 years. Go after stuff. It doesn't matter if you fail. This growth mindset stuff is something we try to instill. We get loads of other stuff wrong, but that one is an ongoing goal, to help them live self-aligned lives, whatever it may look like.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I can confirm the kids are amazing and you're doing a great job. Amazing. Look, thank you so much, Claire. So Claire,
so welcome.
Once a month, Claire gives us her amazing knowledge and support and training in the Fitter Confident Us group. If you're curious about that, you can go to fitterconfidentu.net/fitterconfidentus and join the waitlist, because you can't join at the moment, but it will be reopening again. The doors will reopen later on, probably August time, TBC. But join the waitlist and you'll be first to know. Claire, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. I can't wait to see you in real life soon as well.
Very soon.
Very soon. And any questions about what Claire does, what I do, let me know in the comments or email me, matt@fitteru.net. Thank you so much, everyone. Claire, you have a fitter, confident day.
Thank you. Brilliant.